us and the collaboration we're going to have going forward.
No better way to communicate to your audience.
How do we grow strategically now that we've gotten the right path forward? What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing awesome. Todd Schroth here, Agents Who Win. I wanted to come to you today, Lone Ranger style. I wanted to talk lead generation and what's working, what's not working, and what you could be doing. So I want to start out, I'm going to change my screen here in a second, but number one lead generation tactic that's out there, I call it swag. And it's wearing your branded clothing. It's obviously 80 degrees outside here in Florida, and I shouldn't be wearing this, but I love wearing hoodies. So I've got my hoodie on, and I love wearing stuff that says home selling, my brokerage, or anything. That's a key thing with you trying to get people out there to understand what you do and who you are. So let me switch my screen here and you can see this. And then I got my Follow Boss hat on as well. Again, branded swag. I love it. It promotes companies and everything else. Bring or get shirts or binders or hats that have your brand on them. If you're a new agent, create a brand and put that on there. Baseball caps are great for the kids' football games, for the kids' baseball games. The cooler bags, it just basically says, hey, I'm a realtor. Big thing, because I've had cooler bags at my kids' games before. Like, oh, you're in real estate. Cool. We're looking at buying a house. So number one thing for real estate is get swag. All right, let me switch my screen here. There we go. We're on the right path here because all the other verbiage we have on the screen, you can't see my sweater. So anyways, guys, let's dive into some top lead generation tactics. I wanted to bring that to you guys this month and just talk about what's working and what you guys could be doing. Talk to some vendors that are out there that are doing lead generation as well. And if you have somebody we should be talking to that has a lead generation system, I would love to interview them on the show as we dive into what we want to be implementing into 2022. So number one thing I wanted to talk about is live stream a property tour. Any listing that you have that's like new to market or a vacant listing, pop it on live stream, make a video about it. You can do it on Facebook Live, Instagram, videos, whatever. Just put it out there and let people see it. And, even on your stories, 30-second clips of here's the backyard, here's the kitchen, check out this kitchen, check out this backyard, check out this pool. Wouldn't you love to jump in the pool? Especially right now for those in the South. Yes, our pools are still 85 degrees. North, you're probably ice skating on them here coming soon. But just the top things about the properties. And I think those are going to be some key things for you with, doing a property tour. And it doesn't even have to be your listing. If it's a brokerage listing, cool. Say to the listing agent and the broker, do you mind if I sit there and do a quick video tour on your new listing? You just got to try and promote it to my social audience and see if we can try and get a buyer for it. All of them should say cool, because the more eyeballs we can get on our listings, the better off we are. And so that's a big thing I think pushing out there is if you can get the lead generation through live properties. You've got a whole database. I've got 3,800 friends on Facebook, so that's 3,800 eyeballs that are going to see that property, whether they're local or national or international. If you've got condos here out by Disney, for example, in Orlando, I might hit a Canadian audience that say, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about buying a condo down by you guys, or beachfront properties, anything. Just live stream it and push it out there. Vacant listings are also great because I'm not interrupting the sellers and I'm not putting personal stuff out on the internet. I know some people are very specific with that. So let's dive into number two. Social media marketing, we want to dive into. There's a lot of things you can do with social media, whether it's just doing, like I mentioned before, these kind of tie into each other. But social media marketing is going to tie into like running Facebook ads, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. A lot of fun stuff with Instagram Reels right now. We're starting to play with that as well. So just get into, just Google some social media tactics for selling real estate. I think number one of that's going to be live streaming properties. But number two, posting listings. Doesn't have to be your listing. It can be your brokerage's listing. The listing agents for those properties should be happy that you want to promote their stuff. And a key tactic, if you're going to do that, is use your website. Don't drop a Zillow link or a Realtor.com link or your brokerage's link on there. We have our own websites, especially on our team. Each of our agents has their own website through it. So like mine is toddkeepingorlandomoving.com. Angela@keepitonorlandomoving.com. Or if you have yourself, you're an individual agent, my vanity URL is keepitonorlandomoving.com. And so what I'm doing with that is I'm putting the listing through that link on the Facebook page, and anybody that clicks on it is going to come back into my website, get retargeted, dropped other ads in front of them and stuff. That's a little bit different level than just putting the property out there. But I want them to click on my link, not Zillow's or Realtor.com's or Homes.com or Remax, whatever your brokerage is. Use your website. Number one reason, because I want those people to come back to me. When they click on my website, it's going to pull up all the other listings like they get on Zillow and Realtor.com. But I want them to come back to me and see my face. Because what happens when they click on one of the other listings, it's going to have 3 other agents who are advertising on there. And you don't want that to happen. You want them to come back to you. So anytime you post a property, use your stuff. I mean, I always stress that with our agents and our team and our brokerage, because I want the leads to go back to you. Because if you post our general website link, guess what's going to happen? It's going to round robin to our entire team. And it might have been one of your friends that's in there, but now one of my agents is showing your friends a house. So get it back to you directly. All right, let's talk about referral programs. There's quite a few things that we can do here. Create a referral program. You want to find referrals through Facebook groups, through networking with other agents. Whether a lot of this stuff I'm driving towards newer agents, and what I want to talk about there is when you're creating a referral, like networking with newer agents aren't traveling across the country, going to Inman or other events in Zillow Connect, and your company's conference that's out there, your convention, like we have our convention in Vegas next month. A lot of people aren't going out to that, but those are great ways to get referrals because you want to get out of your area, out of your market, and don't be the Lone Ranger. Integrate, connect with people that are out there. Give them your business card. If you got a digital business card, even better. My digital business card is 𝙁𝙗𝙁𝙗𝙁. So whenever I'm inside of a Facebook group and we want to put our contact information in there, I pop in 𝙁𝙗𝙁𝙗𝙁 and it pulls up my whole information, has my testimonial videos on there and everything. You can get digital business cards 2 ways. I mean, there's probably 100 different ways you can get it, but number one, Nick Krim with Content Cards has digital business cards that are on there, and that's like $20 a month. Or you can go on Linktree, LINK tree, and get a free one, and you create your own stuff. It'll have the tabs on there. You can also do a paid version of it as well. I like ours from Content Cards. It works very well for us, and it does allow people to, again, see more information. But networking with other agents in your local market. Let's talk about Orlando, for example. I do work an hour radius when I'm working with buyers and sellers, but some agents want to specify that I want to work just Northwest Orlando and not the Southeast. So what I want to do is connect with agents that are over there and make a referral connection with them. Hey guys, anytime I see something that's over on the other side of town, I'm going to refer it over to you. Just pay me 25 or 35% referral fee. Or Orlando, for example, we're in the Northeast of Orlando. A lot of people want to go to the beach. Again, it's only an hour away, but it's a totally different market. So what you do is you go to networking events up there that are for realtors. Because what do they want to do? They want to stay at the beach. They don't want to sell in Orlando. So connect with the agents there so you become the referral partner back and forth. I've got agents up at the beaches that we're probably exchanging 10 to 20 different referrals every year based on, hey, I don't want to sell at the beach. I want to stay in my market. I don't want to go to your market and sell. So connect with the guys that way. And then, get into Facebook groups. You've got a ton of them out there that are in there. If you're 60, 70, 80 people deep in a conversation in comments, I don't bother commenting anymore because I'm hoping they've already found a referral partner by that point. But go in there and engage. And, if you see 1, 2, 10, or 20 people, call and message the agent. That way you have a better opportunity at it. Don't just call me, hey, I'm a great realtor in the Orlando area. That's not going to work. You've got to put out the extra effort and say, hey, sent you a PM, shoot them a text or something to get direct connection to that person. So let's talk cold outreach. That is just basically cold calling. So there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Pull lists on from your title company or Cole Realty Resources, $100 a month. Your title company can also get you some addresses and phone numbers, but you got to determine who am I calling. So the 2 that I wrote down when we're talking about cold outreach is circle prospecting, new listing in the neighborhood for your brokerage, assuming you don't have any listings, is do some circle prospecting for that. Hey, we just listed house at 123 Elm Street. Would you like to pick out your new neighbor? There's a whole scripting to circle prospecting, but you guys get the point. Absentee owners, call them and talk about how the market's doing in your area and would they be interested in selling the property. Again, it's kind of like an expired or FSBO call. You're doing a cold message out to them, but you're calling them for a reason. Talk about reasons they should sell, market shifts, market adjustments. Are they tired of dealing with rental properties? There's a series of things that you can use talking to absentee owners. If you do get a connection with them, then what you do, send them a postcard and get them on your direct mail campaign. Handwritten postcards or handwritten thank you notes is my next one. And I want to follow this with more social media stuff as well. And I want to recommend some automation behind this through sending out thank you cards and or special occasion cards. Curtis Lucy, we did a show with him before with AM cards, has a great setup with this. We use a database program called Follow Up Boss. There's an API that connects AM cards into Follow Up Boss that allows us to just go in there, pick a card, and it's already ready to go. I don't need to type a message, hand dress it or anything, and let automation do its thing. Automation's a beautiful thing. And so you can use AM cards or send out cards or Hello Bond, or there's a couple others, but I recommend AM cards because it works beautifully with what we're doing. So you want to celebrate special occasions for people. Every day I get a list of, 10 people who are having a birthday on Facebook. Assuming I have their address, let's go in and send them an AM card saying happy birthday, or if you want to handwrite it out, cool. Johnny and Sally just had a new kid. Send them a congratulations on that. It's always nice to get something in the mail versus congrats on a Facebook post. That doesn't have any memory. I have thank you cards that I was mailed 2 years ago still because it just meant something that they took the time to write that message out. So think about the special occasions that are happening. Someone just got married. Someone had a kid, someone's birthday. They just graduated school. The cool thing with some of those automation companies is you can send out brownies and some other stuff with it as well. So, the person like brownies, send them a brownie. And the brownies I hear are very good. Number 6, I want to talk about sponsoring a housewarming party. You've had a client who just closed. Best way to meet their friends and family instead of just becoming friends with those people on Facebook, sponsor the housewarming party. So you tell your client, hey, in 30 days, I would like to sponsor a housewarming party for you. I will set up everything. You have to do nothing. Let's invite your top 50 friends or 25 friends and celebrate your success of buying your house. You can make it as large or small as you want to, but what you do is you get their friends' phone numbers, emails, and addresses because you're going to send out the invites, you're going to make the calls, and you're going to send out the emails. So you're going to get all their contact information for their friends because you're helping them plan their housewarming party. So it's a good way to get 25 to 50 new people in your database as well of people that you know from that person you just closed. Expired listings, there's quite a few different things you can do with expired listings. This is number 7. What I would recommend on expireds is I'm not interested in calling the people that just expired today because there's 500 other people calling them. I want to call the expireds that are 9 to 12 months old, 6 months old, that have kind of been dropped off the face of other agents that are calling them. So I'm going to hit them a couple different ways. 1, phone call. 2, send them a marketing plan on what you do to get your houses sold. Send them an updated CMA. Door knock them. And there's quite a few things you can do, but do it in a series. So if you're going to call them and you don't get them, make sure you send them an updated CMA, and then maybe like next week, send them a marketing plan on what you do to sell homes. And then after that, send them a little testimonial. Hey, I just want to make sure you're getting our stuff. This is what our past clients have to say about us. There's a whole plan you could put behind expired marketing, but you've got to get in front of them quite often. And if you can get their email, and you can do that through some of the services, they do have the email addresses, send a video message to them as well through email and through text. That way they know who they're talking to and they can see the person. Because if I can see you, I'm more likely to trust you than just a general email that's coming off the computer there. All right, number 8, get involved in social media groups. This is all local driven, neighborhood stuff, or even city driven. So, or start a group. I mean, a lot of people, they may not have an area that has a group started, or if you want to create and change the path of the way the current group is going, start your own. And then go in there and start posting things about, hey, check this out over here, and build your audience organically, and then kind of work from there. Excuse me. So We've got quite a few community groups. Everyone always posts about a realtor. There's 100 people that'll comment in there. I'll get 10 or 20 people that'll comment on myself. And it's great because it builds authority. And what happens most of the time is we get the referral because we are in our community. We're very active in our community groups as well. And you want to stay active in there as much as possible so your name is constantly seen. If they have marketing Mondays or like I know some of the groups, you want to abide by the rules as much as possible. But I know the one group we have has marketing Monday. So I'm allowed to go in there and post my new listings. My open house is coming weekend, which we really don't do right now because if we post it on Monday, Saturday, the house is most likely sold. But post about services, post your business card, post your digital business card, and post a testimonial or something from them. And people will see that more often and they're going to start to recognize your name. And that's a big thing to do. So we got a comment over here. What do we got? Video is the way to go. I love it. Right there. Video is the way to go. And video is the way to go. The more video you can do, the better off you're going to be. The more algorithms are going to see you because Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, they all love video. Obviously, TikTok's all video. But they love seeing more video, so it's going to help push you to the top. So if you can get in the Facebook group and do videos, even better. But just drop comments about, hey, I'm looking for this, or make a lot of suggestions on people's posts. So that way you're seen more often. That's the biggest thing I can say with the Facebook groups, because you want to be known and recognized in there. And then the city groups, same thing. Obviously, just be polite and don't put your opinions on other people. That's I think the other thing I would say I want to do. Now, I know one group that we're involved with only allows postings on Saturday. It's the first Saturday of the month. Sorry, I had to think about that one. So I did a post on a Tuesday, whatever, of a listing we have coming up or an open house. And the person who runs it, messaged us and said, hey, you can't do that. Next time you do it, we're going to kick you out of the group. Well, there's 13,000 people in the group. I want to stay in the group. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to post things regarding real estate anymore unless it's the first Saturday of the month. So I want to comply to the rules because I want to stay in the group. If it's a constant battle with the admin, fine, I'll just back out of the group, or I might create my own and start another one over there. Run some ads to build the group up. And it does take time to build your group, but if you can control it, even better. I've got one friend who has a group over in Orlando, and he's got 13,000 people in it. And when someone says who's the best realtor in the area, of course, he's a real estate agent and he runs the group. But what does he do? He says, just want to let you know, I'm a real estate agent, but I want to be biased and say, here's the top 3 agents in here. I'm number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3, or, however it works out. But these are the sales they've done that we've all done. So if you're looking for an agent in this market and you want to work with the top, here's the top 3 you choose from us. Because you're going to have people that'll sit there and post their friends who are not even in that neighborhood or not in that area, and they're an hour away, but they're part of that group. So whenever if I'm in one of those groups and I see somebody post, hey, I'm looking for a realtor here, I don't post myself. I post as a fellow realtor. I think Daniel Betancourt is a great agent for the Winter Garden area. Why am I going to try and compete against an agent in that market already when I don't have that many followers in that group already? So I'm just like one of 100 postings. So why not help support your comrades out in those neighborhoods? So support the people that have more recognition in there, I guess is what I'm getting at there. So number 9, let's dive on. Let's keep going. Host a workshop for home buyers and sellers. You can do this 2 different ways: Zoom or in person. Library, community center, your office, and the events. If you have one person show up, it's a success. I mean, that's the biggest thing, because it only takes one client to convert to make that worthwhile. But you got to do a lot of promotion to get the people out there. Zoom is a lot different. You can promote it across the city versus your local stuff. So home buyer classes, there's a lot of different classes you can promote for home buyers. Whether it's getting your credit cleaned up or move up buyers, how to sell before you buy. There's a lot of different things you can do to create a workshop for what you're trying to do. But we've hosted home buyer workshops and seller workshops before, and it does go across with good success. Seller workshops, I'd recommend bringing your home inspector to talk about pre-inspections, your title company to talk about why the title is important, the lender to talk about the financing and appraisals, stagers to talk about why it's important to stage, and the photographer potentially, and everybody gets 10 minutes to speak, and then you're providing enough value to show you who your team is that you work with, and they're going to understand that I'm not just a realtor who says, yes, I'm a photographer, I'm a stager, I'm a title rep, I'm everything, you should just hire me. No, this is my team that I work with, and this is why you should hire me, because I have these 10 people that are working with me, and I've worked with them for a long time, and we're successful because they're successful at helping us sell your home. So home buyer workshops, obviously the number one thing you want to have there is a lender. Number two is a credit repair specialist. We had someone in our office 2 weeks ago speak, and wow, the things that they can do to bump a credit report in 30 to 60 to 90 days, and all the rules that have changed about derogatory things on the credit, that how they shouldn't be there and how easy they are to get removed. So that's opened up an entirely new buyer pool for us. So I'm excited about diving into some of those plans as well. But, lender, credit repair, home inspector, and, a moving company or whatever, talk there. And, I think I'd want the inspector, the lender, and the credit repair, my top three people that are speaking about the home buying process and how each one of those relates to the transaction. So let's move it on. Create branded products. Again, like I talked about, the hat, the sweaters, however you want to brand stuff. I have branded shoes as well for my company. So if you wear it, people are going to notice it, and they're going to start talking to you about it. It's a conversation starter. That's my biggest thing with it. 10 networking events, not real estate networking, but B&I groups, or the Chamber of Commerce is hosting something. Go down to the lunch and learns on other events that don't relate to real estate. So connect with people that are business minded, and you'll start creating some like upper tier clientele. That's, I think, a big one. And a networking event could be anything. There's a trunk or treat in our neighborhood this weekend. Community events, just anything where you can be seen. And if you're going to it, wear your swag, because people are going to see that you're a real estate agent. And if you do more stuff in your neighborhood, then you're going to create more authority, and they're going to see you a lot more often. Again, why to show up to events and do that kind of stuff. All right. Number 12, optimize landing pages. Now, I want to talk about that for a minute, because there's a lot of different landing pages we can do. If you're going to sit there and create branded landing pages for home buyer events, or buythishouse.nomoneydown.com. That's why I want to say branded landing, or just customized landing pages. You can create landing pages to events, or to properties, or to products, and products being like the different types of financing that are out there. If you have a property that's in the country, you can get in with USDA financing. I mean, that'd be a really awesome ad to run. Hey, buy this house, no money down, seller paid closing costs, whatever. You're going to get a ton of people clicking on that. And half of them don't even, need the no money down program, but it's a way to say, hey, you can buy a house, no money down, and it's going to get people clicking. So just come up with different things, and whatever your topic is, that's your URL, and that's your customized landing page. Open houses. So I'm a brand new agent. I have no listings. What am I going to do? How am I going to hold an open house if I don't have listings? Your brokerage should have a ton of listings, which the listings are all owned by the broker. But courtesy, talk to the listing agent, and you want to ask them, hey, can I do an open house at 123 Elm Street this weekend? And most of them, the listing agents don't want to do open houses because they're out listing properties. They don't want the buyers. They want to push the buyers to the buyer agents. So what you do is you connect with a person who handles a lot of listings in your office, and be that partner with them where you want the buyers off that property. And you go host an open house this Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 2 and get all the traffic for it. The sellers probably don't care who's in their house as long as it's being hosted. They care that they want someone in there who knows what they're doing, is going to convert the people that are there. So connect with an agent who's successful with listings in your office, and offer host open houses for them. There's a lot of different ways you can do open houses and training and other stuff. So dive into some open house classes. You just don't put a sign in the yard. You've got to do some promotion ahead of time, post it on your stories, post it on Facebook, run an ad, try and do some targeted audience around that area, 15 miles out, whatever the rules are. But definitely do as much as you can, because the more stuff you can do, the more traffic you're gonna get. And also, depending on the property that's there, we had a house we hosted this last weekend. I had a husband and wife couple host the open house, primarily because it's 3 stories. If somebody's upstairs, they can be up there with them while there's somebody else downstairs, in the main when people are walking in, downstairs in the garage. Theft has not been a problem for us, but I always want to be protective just in case. So we had someone that was around, with the husband's tools down in the garage. So because the way the house is laid out, someone could put stuff out back and then walk away with it. But we wanted to make sure we were able to service the clients that were there and keep an eye on everything. So that's why we had 2 people there. So also safety, depending on the property, it's always good to partner up with somebody at an open house as well. So number 14, for sale by owners. How many people like to pick up the phone and smile and dial and call people who don't want to talk to you? Not everybody. But there's a great way to connect with for sale by owners. And instead of trying to get them to list with you, talk about how you can help their buyers and that are coming in there. Host open houses on for sale by owners. Talk to the FSBOs if you want to maybe create them as a buyer. Hey, where are you moving to? And then you dive into some areas there about how you can help them with their move. Hey, I don't want your house to list. I just want to be able to find out where you're moving. Maybe you guys need help with that. Or the people that are not going to buy your place, can I have those names and numbers, call them and try and sell them something else? So I got 2 more strategies here, number 15 and 16. Home Partners of America is a lease option program. They were in our office last week to speak, and they become your buyer. So let's just say we got Sally Buyer over here who is not qualified to go, or Sally Renter. I don't want to handle rentals. I want to handle buyers. So I take Sally Renter and say, Sally, I know you're looking for property. There's no rentals available, but I got an opportunity for you. I got a company that will go in our MLS and buy anything you want, cash, and then rent it back to you. So now what I did was, instead of showing rentals where, like in Orlando, we get paid $100 if we lease a property, the co-op is around $100. It's really bad. So the amount of time you're running out showing 10, 15 rentals, you're going to make $5 an hour. I want to make what we're worth. So what I want to do is take Sally Renter, put her in the MLS search, and show her homes that are $300,000, paying 2.5% or 3%, and then get paid that full commission. My true buyer is Home Partners of America over here. They're going to come in, write a $300,000 cash offer on the house, do their inspections and all the other good stuff, but then close it, get it rent ready for Sally. Sally's then going to move into it and knows what her rent is year 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then if she wants to move in a year, cool. She can move in a year. Home Partners keeps the property, puts it back on the rental market. And then what does Sally want to do? She's got her credit cleaned up. She really didn't like the house. She wants to buy something. What is she going to do? She's going to call you back if you stay in touch with her, and then go buy something else. And you got paid on the purchase on that rental, and you get paid on the purchase of the place that she's moving into now with her own mortgage. So cool program, a lot more to dive into on that one. And then Divvy's another one that's a competitor to Home Partners, a little different program. We have them coming into our office in about 2 weeks to speak on their deal. And then one thing that we're starting to try is Facebook strategies, neighborhood market updates. As we've talked about, we've talked about doing, Facebook groups, I want to go into neighborhoods and do market updates. Call it a market minute. I'm going to stand here with my phone and be like, hey, Todd Schroth here, eXp Realty. I want to talk to you about the Sweetwater neighborhoods. There's 15 houses active, there's 32 pending, and there's X. Now I want to pick neighborhoods that have 1,000+ homes or 500+ homes where there's activity that's turning. And I want to say pick 12 communities. And I don't need like towns. I just need communities that are 500,000, 1,500. The 3 communities that I'm going to be concentrating on are 3,000, 1,700, and 1,000 homes. And so I'm going to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday with each community. Monday is Kaiba, Wednesday is Sweetwater, Friday is Sable. And then the next week, I'm going to pick 3 more communities in our area that are like that. And I'm going to tag myself in the neighborhood on Facebook. And that way, whenever someone's scrolling, they see the Springs or they see whatever, it's going to show my market update on their algorithm. Just another cool little trick. And it's going to take some time to see some turnover with that. But one, it's going to do 2 things. One, educate you more on the community itself. And 2, keep your face rolling through there and people are going to start seeing you a lot more often. I hope this 30 minutes has given you guys some ideas. I think that was 17 lead generation tactics. A lot of them are free. So as new agents, people don't have, $500, $2,000, $4,000 budgets to dive into marketing. What are some simple things we can do? We just covered 17 topics. Hope this was a success for you guys. Crush your weekend. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.